Hey, what's up, everybody? Matt Johnson here. Welcome to the latest mini episode of Real Estate Uncensored. As always, joined in the co-pilot seat by the junior grandmaster himself, Greg McDaniel. Greg, what's up today?
What's up, Matt? Oh, Junior Grandmaster. The great Grandmaster is down at Disneyland right now. The big old kid, him. He announced to me the other day. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to Disneyland, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, you bringing the grandkids?" Because my brother and sister each have a couple of kids, and he's like, "No, just you and your mom. We're just gonna go down there and we're just gonna go to Disneyland for about 3 days." I'm like, wow, it really is true. You can get older, you just never grow up. But it explains a lot why I like it.
I was gonna say, if I had to pick out all the places I'd like to be, standing out in the heat with a bunch of strangers in long lines is pretty close to the bottom of my list. But okay, I'm glad your dad enjoys it.
Watching everyone, watching all these people from the Midwest, where you are, no offense, obviously, but dragging their kids around on leashes, drinking the 64-ounce thing of cola,
Yeah.
like, come here, Junior, then waiting in lines for 100 to do. Okay,
I only wish they had all of their kids on leashes because that would be very, very helpful. Sadly, that's not that must be a thing they only do at Disneyland. So
they
okay.
actually do. All right, enough of
So
our
we're
BS.
talking today about how to generate referrals from your database or from Disneyland. If you happen to be around there, might as well talk to the people online and generate some real estate referrals. Let's talk about your database. So Greg, you want to talk about Facebook community pages? Let's start there.
Yeah, so Facebook community pages, guys. I don't know if you guys are really aware of how powerful Facebook can be. I went to the CAR Expo last Tuesday, for the Tech Tuesday, and I put some really cool tips for you. So we're going to talk about Facebook here for a second. So we're going to start off with community pages. Community page, guys, it's literally that. So any of you that actually know where I'm located in Danville and Alamo in Walnut Creek, kind of 6 city corridor here in California, I could do a community page. I could do a community page for either individual neighborhoods. I could do it for a city. I could do it for maybe West Side Danville, East Side Danville, those kind of ideas. But then you just post about the community itself. You don't do any real estate sales. You don't do any pitches. You don't post any photos of homes. You talk about events. You interview restaurants or shop owners. You talk about what's coming up. You talk about anything that's affecting the neighborhoods. This is especially really uniquely good if you're on like neighborhood.com. Is it neighborhood? I'm thinking neighborhood.com. I think it's what it's called. Anyways, you get a geographical area, and it's a site where it's a communal conversation board where you can write emails and messages to each other. But if you know what's going on, like if you know that bikes are being stolen, or if you know that someone's looking for a babysitter, you can post about those things on your community page as well. This does take a little bit of a labor of love, but it is free. And you can do it right now, and you're sitting there going, well, I'm not very techie. Well, congratulations. You don't have to be techie to use the Book of Faces. I mean, you literally just have to plug and play, and you just come up with a cool name, start inviting people to it. People will start finding you as you put more content on it and go from there. So that's our first Facebook part. Now,
let me say real quick on that to give people an example of what that might look like. I just interviewed a guy today, which, Greg, you caught this interview, a guy named Jerry Pincus, Pinkas. He's out in Myrtle Beach. Just look up Jerry Pincus Real Estate Experts on Facebook, and that'll give you a pretty darn good idea of how to build a Facebook following by posting hyper-local content and then very local inspired share images, just pictures of stuff that you take around town.
Yeah, and that's actually where I got the idea and really kind of listened to him a lot about it. And guys, it's easy, it's free. He has a lot of them. He has a great, he has a lot of good stuff about a lot of different websites. But I don't want to make this too techy for you guys, and I don't want you to get overwhelmed going, oh my God, I got to go out and buy all these URLs and everything else. So
no, none of that.
Yeah, no.
If I find out you're not doing like 200 deals a year and you have 40 websites, there's.
Stop playing with look. GoDaddy's going to send the jet.
Exactly.
He's going to pick you up, and they're going to love you. But your real estate clients won't. So don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. We all don't need to support the guy that owns GoDaddy.
No, even though my father actually does. I'm not kidding. I joke around the fact that he has somewhere like 3,000 URLs, and I always joke to the fact that they're going to send the jet for him one of these days. Mm-hmm. He's on first name basis, speed dial with his broker over there. His name's Brad, by the way.
Oh, great! I'm glad you know that. Okay, so you said you had a second part of Facebook to share.
I do. So when we were talking here, guys, I was messing around with my phone here, and I'm going to show you this. So on Facebook, what you're going to do is you would go up to your upper little corner right here, and you would click on it, and there is something. I'm going to get to this right here. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Facebook automatically does this for you, but you can also do this yourself by uploading or adding people into what they call either group friends or on your mobile devices. I'm going to show this to you here. I'm going to click on it says, whoops, not that one. I'm going to click on feeds. If you guys can see feeds in here, there's feeds. And then you're going to see all these different contacts and different people that are in their different groups, right? Now, today's main topic is this, is that everyone when they're standing in line is, we're trying to get more from our sphere of influence. And when you're standing in line at the Safeway or the bank or something like that, most of the time, either people do one of two things. They definitely try to avoid conversation with the person either in front or behind them. And we go on to...
It's just good science.
It's just good science. And to the ironic part about it is that they get, then instead of trying to be social, they go to their social media and they check Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, they check their email, right? But if they go to check Facebook, if you have time, guys, and this is where it really gets cool, you can create groups of friends by uploading them or adding them in. So why don't you guys either, build like a current client, past client, family, friends, good friends, kind of good friends, build different groups, because working your sphere is getting a little bit antiquated in regards to the way that we do it right now. Well, we do a lot of people, we send cards out with the recipe to that great granola that someone made. Well, honestly, who gives a shit? Granola is great, that pie is fantastic, but it's not personal. It's not in my life. Okay. So if you really want to be hyper local, as Matt was talking about earlier, and hyper, sensitive to what people's going on, why don't you go into past clients on your feeds or your friends, guys, when you're sitting there and you click on it. And I see that Matt and his wife, Julie, if you guys were on the last episode, you found out they had an 11-pound baby, all fictitious naturally.
Yeah. Thank God.
But I can find out if Matt and Julie, if they just had their son, Jacob, and I could be like, hey, Matt, dude, congratulations to you guys. Super awesome that you guys got the kiddo, man. I got to come over and meet him, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're able to follow up to people like that and stay in their lives real time versus sending them a card once a month that's generic, don't you think that's going to really kind of touch someone a little bit more on the personal side? And they're going to be willing and, to call you. You'd be the first on their mind. If they're like, God, you know what? This guy, Greg, he sends me the postcards too, because that's what everyone does, and all the automated stuff. But if you're taking the time to follow up and really see what's going on in my life, I've said this stat 100 times, and I'll say it again. 80% of the people who bought or sold a home said they used their real estate agent again. Only 13% of them actually did, guys, because there's lack of follow-up. Start working your sphere. These people have trusted you with either hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars of money. Of course, it's money. It's dollars. Of services that you've rendered to them successfully, hopefully, and they actually like you. So when you're sitting there going, "Oh God, should I call Matt? Should I see what's going on?" Guys, Facebook posts and likes is incredibly passive aggressive. Look, you don't even have to talk to them, and they're still going to like the fact that you reached out to them. Okay,
it's a soft touch.
It is a soft touch, and you can even go so far as recording a quick video. Again with the phone. Hey, Matt. Hey, Julie. Congratulations on the new baby. Can't wait to come over and see you guys. Give me a couple times at work. Now, what it did is it did a couple things. Again, it brought video up, which is free. And you're able to become, real in their face. It's not like just typing, hey, Matt. Hey, Julie. Hey, it's so great to see you. Hey, your baby looks great. No. I'll add that video element to it, guys. So that's something that I really found that was really cool. Also, Matt. Okay, I know this isn't groundbreaking for most of the people, but for me, I'm a little bit of a tech dork. A very close friend of mine, she very, very, very kindly and lovingly calls me a tech dork and whenever I rant about something technical. But there's a place called Canva.com. It's a free site. You can go on there. What I really like is they have templated, perfectly sized different like picture images or I guess frames, for lack of a better word. But the big ones is for Facebook cover photos, and you can create them. The cool thing that was really brought to my attention about the cover Facebook photos is that if you continually change up your Facebook photo, kind of like what Google does, right? Remember how watch Google, how they're always changing their fonts, their colors, their sizes, the way they're writing it, how they're writing it, when they're writing it, all that stuff, their name. It keeps you like, oh, well, that's new. Oh, well, that's new. Guys, guess what also happens? In Facebook, it pops up to the top that you change the photo. Okay. And so if you're going to have an open house, or if you have a buyer need, or if you just want to change the photo and add a new picture in, change it up once a week, twice a week. But you can also, when someone clicks on it, right, and they go, because you can have, there's one on there that says like click here now or something like that. It will open up. And then on the right hand side, you'll be able to describe on what's really going on. And then you can put links to things. So if you want to put a link to a video or a link to, an event page or something along those lines, it's a free way to market your properties, market your buyers, market yourself, talk about testimonials, talk about past successes, whatever you want to do. But it's something that's eye-catching and big. I didn't even know that was available, but to work your sphere, because the majority of us, the sphere of influence are the people that we talk with the most. And in today's day and age, it's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be a lot on the digital side, and even more on the social apps. Unfortunately, a lot of us are just going by the wayside when it comes to actual personal human interaction, which I think is a true shame, but no one really cares about my opinion. They just really, they just want to, people just want to interact for free and anonymously. So those are a couple of Facebook things that I have. Matt, what do you have?
Well, I was just going to talk about a little bit about what you do with viral marketing, because this is stuff that anybody can do on their own. So you've got basically a neighborhood blog for your area, and then you're putting out videos on everything from just market updates to shooting videos with local business owners. You've gone out there and shot like footage on remote location. You'll sit in your office and you'll talk about the different highlights of different neighborhoods, and go one neighborhood at a time and talk about the market conditions, the highlights, the businesses, the things that make that neighborhood great to live in, and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can do with video to get that done. But the most important part of that, as far as generating referrals from your database, is when you email those out, regardless of what you're emailing out, you want to actually check your stats and see who's opening your emails, because that's the secret. So if you want to know, out of these 500 or 1,000 or whatever, how many people you have in your database, if you want to know who's actually interested in doing something anytime in the next few months, you can tell who's thinking by who's opening your emails, because nobody gives a crap about real estate unless they're thinking of making a move. So, and that's one of the interesting things about watching your stats, or just paying attention to who opens your emails. It's not always about getting the maximum number of people to open your emails. You want the right people to open the right emails. So if you're sending out content that's about real estate, you're going to find out pretty quickly who cares, because the people that don't care won't open the email. So it's the people that open the email that you want to follow up with.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's again just another opportunity for you to touch people. But we got basically just a few minutes left here before we cap out on our mini here. But I want to talk about something non-technical, guys. For all you folks who are sitting there going, finally, for the love of God, he's not going to talk about something digital. Let's go back old school. Go down to a local restaurant, go down to somewhere that you like to frequent. I'm not going to say watering hole, because I don't think you should be drinking while you do business, but that's just me. But go down to a local coffee shop that's local, go down to a restaurant, go down to somewhere where you hang out, and go into them and say, hey, look, I want to bring in all my clients into this business establishment, but I need to have some sort of standing discount for me to spend all of my time here and bring my clients in. And so go around, and this is part of, well, Matt, as soon as we get off this, we're going to have another call here, but with our 30-day high intensity prospecting. I'll tell you guys right now, for every guys who aren't on that, you are missing out big time. I've been doing this for now 5 days straight. We are listing 3 properties from my calls, and I have another 4 buyers that have come back out of the woodwork just because of what I'm going to tell you next. Now, I do the outbound stuff on calls and everything else, but the real trick here is, guys, I got a call back from a lady that I've been trying to reach for 2.5 weeks. She just called me back, and she's going to be a referral source for me because I followed up with her. I just kept calling. She called me back, super grateful. So this is what I'm saying. Go to the establishment, and then get a 10, 15, 25% or dollar, rebate on anything you eat there, but bring all your clients in. Hey, Matt, haven't talked to you for a while. Good to hear from you. Can I buy you lunch? Come on down. I got this great restaurant that I go to, for lunch down here. It's blah, blah, blah place. Get them in there, introduce them, have them bring their neighbor or friend or someone you don't know. Just sit around, man, hang out, have lunch, have a cup of coffee with them, and get to know them and see what's going on. Ask how you can help build their business. or something along those lines? Could you ask that? The law of what is not retribution?
Retribution, reciprocity.
Reciprocity, retribution. They're going to come back and kick your butt.
That's right.
Reciprocity is going to come back and they're going to want to repay you. Okay, for you helping them build their business. So that would be mine, guys. Do a little mini meetups with people. Go hang out and just relax with them. So that's the best way to work your sphere. We're coming up in the holiday season. For all of you watching the replay, or if you guys are watching this, anytime in the future and it's midsummer, forgive that part. But there's always a good opportunity and a good reason. There's always a holiday, like today is Columbus Day or something. To go pick up the phone and just call, hey, happy Columbus Day, Matt. Just thinking about you. Wanted to give you a call.
Yeah.
So that would be my low tech tip.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Just pick up the phone and call, find an excuse. Product of the month clubs, like you've talked about before, are another great thing to set up so that you have an excuse to call. So you can always do something fun like that. I know people that do, like Sherry's Berries and Pro Flowers and stuff like that. Just send something nice. You can order it online, have it delivered. It gets there in a couple of days. Super easy, $20. So there's all kinds of fun ways that you can reach out and communicate with your database. I did want to share one thing. It was on the interview today, and I've heard another guy say it, that every time they start working with a new client, they just set the expectations up front that the service they give is going to be so amazing that you're going to want to refer me to 1 to 2 of your friends and family before this transaction is done. Would that be okay? If I give you the service that I'm promising and I'm laying out right now, would you be okay, referring me to your somebody, 1 to 2 people in your circle that you think is going to make a move soon, and you get their agreement with that before you even start working together, so it's set as an expectation up front. That's something that Jerry Pincus talked about on the interview. He does that with his whole team of 10 people. That's something Jeff Cohn talked a little bit about. I know that's something that he did when he was in his active selling days, is setting that expectation up front. That's one of the biggest things, is just when they come in, I think agents are hesitant to ask. But when they first start working with you and they're excited about the process and they're excited about buying a new house and none of the problems have come up yet, that is the perfect time.
When you're not Lucifer?
They will never love you more than when you first start working together and everything is theoretical and magical and nothing but rainbow-colored unicorns. And
you're still the good guy. Yes, I know those, because as you know, as all of us will listen to this, we go from the most awesome human being to take them through this amazing transition in life to, oh my God, you suck. How could this possibly take place? You're screwing me out of money. It's like, dude, it's only $2,500, man. It's not even me, it's the buyer. And then you come through and you close it for them, and then all of a sudden they regain their sanity and they're back to being.
That's right. Then they think you're great, and then 2 weeks later they don't remember your name.
No, not at all. But
so when is the best time to ask for referrals?
At the closing
right
table.
Up front and at closing table. Yeah.
At the closing table. So in closeout, super quick, guys. Let's say you guys don't want, you're like, hey, I don't really like a lot of the restaurants. I don't want to do that. Maybe it's out of my budget, something like that. Go to amazingclubs.com, and we're not talking dance clubs, people. We're talking like so amazingclubs.com. Matt, stop laughing.
It's just so random.
No, but hear me out.
Okay.
So the point is that they have like wine clubs, beer clubs, cheese clubs, hot sauce clubs, cigar clubs, flower clubs, fruit clubs, whatever. The list goes on, right? So go in there and maybe do the 12-month package. It's going to be more expensive naturally to do 12 months, but it's like $300 or $400. It's not a humongous amount. You can do monthly payments, but what happens is you email your sphere of influence if you're just getting started or something like that, and you invite them. Let's say everybody, everyone likes wine for the most part, and say, hey, hey guys, just got my 2 new bottles, like wine club bottles. Wanted to see who wants to get together, next Tuesday at 6 and try it with some, goat cheese. I don't know, whatever. But you leverage your own gift to yourself as a marketing write-off and the ability to create an event on a monthly basis without having to rethink it.
That's a great idea. Goodness.
See, told you I wasn't crazy.
Okay, that was random. I didn't know where you're going with that, but it was good. You brought it around. You pulled it out at the end.
You never know where I'm going, but I'm always.
It's true.
You're like, please God, don't land us in jail.
That's right. All right, so let's finish this one up. So I'm going to get to all the stuff that I didn't say up front, which is number 1, subscribe on YouTube.
Do it now.
Completely forgot. Right, yeah. Don't even hesitate. Just do it right now.
Open up the browser.
If you're watching the replay. Beyond that, if you prefer the audio versions, even these mini episodes, we create an audio version. We shoot it on over to iTunes and Stitcher. So if you prefer the audio versions, if you want to listen to us in the car and you want to have us right here, right in your ear, right there when you're jogging or walking.
Both ears?
Right there. Both. Well, preferably both.
Both ears.
If you want to do that, head on over to iTunes or Stitcher and subscribe to us there. And a special shout out to Viral Marketing. They're actually now cutting us a check and helping support the show. So as many of you know, that's how Greg and I met. Greg has been a Viral client since last year and does a lot of really cool things through them. So if you're looking for help getting sales, more sales from your database through video like Greg does, you can head on over to getvyral.com. That's getvyral.com and check them out. So I can't say enough good things about them. Obviously, that's where I come from, so I know how good it is. I know how awesome. Effective it is. So yeah,
they're awesome. We got a shout out to Lindsay over at Viral. What's up, Lindsay? She's my coach. She comes up with amazing ideas, out of the box stuff that really get good reactions. Guys, take a look at them. They're rocking.
Cool. All right, guys. Until next time, we've got another one of these coming up on Wednesday. We're going to have a special guest. It's going to be Pierce Plam, who is a guy that works out of the Jay Rockcliffe office where Greg works, who has a kind of a lead generation company starting for buyers, for buyer leads. And so he's going to talk about how you can get started with pay-per-click to generate those type of leads based on his experience. He's gone through and really taken a look at what the big dogs like Boomtown and Commissions Inc. do as far as how they generate their leads online and figured out how to emulate that. And he's going to share the lessons that he's learned on pay-per-click lead generation. So it's going to be some really, really interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's solid stuff. Pierce and I have gone over it. We've kind of used my team as a beta test and guinea pigs. Guys, this stuff his prices are 75% cheaper than the big dogs, and you get the same quality of leads. Our team is benefiting them, but we'll talk next Wednesday about it. So show up. We'll make
not next Wednesday. This Wednesday, 2 days from now.
That's what I meant.
Just to clarify. Okay, so that is it for the latest mini episode of Real Estate Uncensored. So join us in 2 days from now on Wednesday for that next upcoming episode.
Yeah, all right, guys. We'll see you later.
Thanks so much, guys.
Bye.